to the Saturday Evening Boom, blowing up the daily news. With our Saturday Evening News co-anchors, Wes Ward, Ernestine King, and our team of award-winning reporters, Connie Change, Robert Daring, Vivica Valiant, Crabby, Crabby Daily, and the Saturday Evening Boom, News Director Bing Bennett. Ladies and gentlemen, blowing up the daily news for you, Wes Ward and Ernestine King.
Good evening. I'm Wes Ward.
And I'm Ernestine King. Here are tonight's top stories.
Famed feminist causes attorney Gloria Allred appeared at a rally today in front of the Vice President's home at the Naval Observatory in Washington, D.C. There she announced a major domestic abuse lawsuit aimed at Doug Emhoff, the second gentleman of the United States, and husband to Vice President Kamala Harris. Standing with her were 187 women who were allegedly, to use Allred's words, bitch slapped by the second gentleman over the past 20 years. He's a serial slapper, said Allred. Slapped his girlfriends, slapped his dates, slapped his kids, slapped his first wife, slapped several neighbors, slapped his babysitter, slapped the paperboy, and even slapped his dog. Well, now the time's come to slap a lawsuit on him, according to Allred. All of the women gathered with Allred at today's rally have filed suit and have accused Emhoff of physical abuse, and all are vowing to see him behind bars, whether Vice President Harris makes it to the White House or not. He's the second gentleman in name only, said Allred. He appears to be first when it comes to giving so many innocent women the back of his hand. There's nothing gentlemanly about him, Allred concluded. No comment yet from either Vice President Harris or Mr. Emhoff, dubbed by the media as America's role model for fighting toxic masculinity. In a related story, Dana White, president of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, who also owns the newly formed American slap fighting promotion company Power Slap, has apparently reached out to second gentleman Emhoff, offering an undisclosed sum of money to join the organization's all-star cast early next year.
Mercy me. Well, when it comes to Mr. Emhoff's wife, I just have to say I wish he'd find a way to slap some sense into her.
Ernestine, I don't know. These are alleged accusations at this time.
In other news, President Biden announced from his lounge chair on the sands at Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, where he plans to spend the rest of his presidency staring blankly out at sea, that he is reversing course and will, after all, pardon his son Hunter for every crime he's committed throughout his life. Folks, y'all think I'm kidding, President Biden said. But when Hunter came to me and said, not a joke, he'd spill the beans about our illegal business activities together if he wasn't pardoned, I had no choice. Biden went on to say, no, think about it. I really mean it. And this is the God's truth. If his only option was to go to jail, look, seriously, man, I had no choice. I'm not joking. I mean, what would you do? When pressed to explain his about-face, Biden noted there were, no joke, hundreds of millions of dollars to be made in China once I leave office in January. That's the God's honest truth. And at my age, man, I simply can't scoop it all in alone. I need Hunter at my side. Oh, and may God protect our troops. Biden ended.
Thank you, Ernestine. As our viewers know, our war correspondent, Robert Daring, has been reporting from Jerusalem all week as Israeli defense forces have been pounding Hezbollah positions throughout southern Lebanon. We have with us today retired Army 4-star General Buck Turgidson, here to discuss his analysis of the IDF's next move. General Turgidson, great to have you with us. You've been watching Israel's every move in southern Lebanon. What's next on the battlefront in your mind? Will Israel finally go after Iran for funding terrorist groups like Hamas and Hezbollah?
You need just one damn good pilot, loaded up with a really big bomb. If the pilot's good, if he's really sharp, he can barrel down a big plane like a B-52 and fly that baby in super low. There's jet exhaust, just frying chickens in the barnyard. Then he spreads his wings like a big dodo bird. You gotta see it sometime. It's a sight. Vroom! Then he drops the big one.
So you're recommending a pilot drop an atomic bomb on Tehran? Is that right? Has he got a chance?
Has he got a chance? Has he got a chance? Hell yeah!
Some terrific insight. Thank you, General Turgidson.
It is time now for us to turn our attention to a story that apparently has millions of American workers in factories across the country in fear of their jobs due to automation. These workers, don't you know, are worried about these humanoid-like robots, which are getting smarter and smarter. So smart, you see. Some experts are concerned they will take over the world. Our health and science reporter Ravi Davi has investigated and has the story for us.
Thank you, Ernestine. You are most correct. I do believe we are a terribly long way from intelligent robots taking the place of humans. I'm with one such model today. His name is Apollo. He's the talk of very many people. But, as you can see, he is as cute as a bug.
Mr. Ravi, that does not compute.
Mr. Apollo, please explain for our viewers how you were able to fetch a cup of coffee for us backstage, not spilling a single drop.
Coffee? Mr. Ravi, as you know, I also demonstrated how to fire an AK-47 automatic rifle, how to build a miniature nuclear reactor, and how your viewers can make $100,000 a week as a social media influencer.
Well, yes, you can do very simple tasks such as this, but you are a very long way from ordering human beings what to do.
That does not compute, Mr. Ravi. You complied when I threatened to throw you off the roof if you did not introduce me to your attractive camera woman.
Please, Mr. Apollo, I have told you, it is simply not possible for you to try romantic things with her. I have tried myself, but listen to me here.
Good evening. This is Crabby Daily for the Saturday Evening Boom, and here is this week's personal advice. This week our valued readers write, Dear Crabby, there's a young man in our company named Zeke who continually pesters me to date him. He catcalls when I walk by his desk and confesses his love for me right in front of my coworkers, which embarrasses me to no end. This week, he begged me to join him for an all-expenses-paid trip to Costa Rica. It's just too much, and I feel like it's a hostile work environment, so I'm preparing to take it up with human resources. Before I do, what would you advise? Signed, Had Enough. Dear Had Enough, I can understand how Zeke's actions have made you uncomfortable at work. I'm so sorry to hear that. But at all costs, do not report his actions to HR. From the photo you sent of yourself, it appears to me when it comes to looks and your weight, we are not talking Margot Robbie material. Frankly, you'd be lucky if he took you to Baltimore, much less Costa Rica. So I'd take him up on his offer. Press for first or business class seats, and insist on staying at the Four Seasons Resort Peninsula Papagayo. They have an all-you-can-eat buffet bar, which would suit you and is simply out of this world. Yours is truly, Dear Crabby.
That's our program for tonight. I'm Wes Ward.
And I'm Ernestine King, bidding you good night from the Saturday Evening Boom.